Today on our show,
Dora the Explorer!
the Russos have quit?
And David S. Pumpkins!
What?
You just wait. All of this and more on the second episode of the Out of Our Minds podcast!
Woo!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 2 of the Out of Our Minds podcast. I'm Avery Jones.
And I am Mark Brown.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Welcome to the show, sir.
We have gotten a good bit of response from you on our first episode. We've taken it all into consideration, and we're going to make sure this episode and the rest of the episodes here on out are the best that they can possibly be for you, the tens and tens of people who are watching us right now.
Yes!
We've got some feedback from our audience, and I think we should talk about it a little bit. I hear we should talk about how Mark is a scaredy cat. Go. What does that mean?
I don't like clowns.
Who does like clowns?
No, I really don't like clowns. Ever.
In other news, Facebook has informed me that Mark Brown is nearby, so I guess our show can start. So you don't like clowns, so you're not a fan of Pennywise and all that stuff.
No.
So have you seen that?
No, and I refuse to.
You won't see it.
I
Because
won't. And if you dress up like a clown and you're out on my street, I will run you over and not feel bad about it.
Okay.
Anyway, so to get started, we are going to talk about Dora the Explorer.
What is so interesting about Dora the Explorer?
Turns out, I found out today that Michael Bay, who brought you...
Michael Bay?
The Michael Bay.
The king of explosion?
Yes, the king of explosion and robots turning into toasters. I mean, cars. He is
that movie.
right. He is producing the new Dora the Explorer movie.
Is it a comedy or is it for children? Is it marketed at children?
From what I understand, it is the Dora the Explorer child's show, and it is also directed. It is directed by Nick Stroller. I believe I'm pronouncing his last name right. Stroller.
Staller, but
that one.
Is there an R in there?
There's definitely an R.
Okay.
It has come to our attention that there is actually not an R in that, and this is just a major oversight on Mark's behalf. We apologize for this inconvenience.
Sorry.
He wrote a Muppet movie. That's all I know.
Yeah,
about
he wrote a Muppet movie. He directed Neighbors with Zac Efron and Seth Rogen.
Only saw the first one.
Yeah,
Didn't see
he doesn't really do many child's movies. The ones he has done were Muppets and then Storks.
Storks is really funny. It feels like a movie that they set the actors in and told them to say whatever they wanted, but it's really funny. It's Andy Samberg, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
and it's just kind of like, you're a bird, go.
Okay, so now I've got to watch that movie.
Okay, speaking of Dora the Explorer, before we go anywhere, we're going to give you some homework assignments. College Humor has this great video of live-action Dora the Explorer. Have you seen this?
I have not seen this.
We're going to make Mark watch this, and we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Oh, yes. So, apparently, College Humor is beating Michael Bay to the punch.
By about 6 years.
You know, he may have seen the...
That might have been
He
the
may
answer.
have seen the video
I
and was
wanna
like...
know-
I got it.
I want to know if it's live action or if it is like CG.
From what I've seen, it's the cartoon, but it is just a Dora the Explorer movie.
But are they like? Did you see the Peanuts movie? Are they animated all cool CGI 3D like that, or are they? Is it 2D?
It doesn't have. It was just announced that he's producing, and that
I'd have
Nick
so many
Stroller is-
questions.
Oh, I do too. Don't get me wrong. If it's Dora with explosions, I am all over that.
Why not Blue's Clues first?
Right.
Raise the ultimate question.
Blue's Clues, the murder mystery.
Right.
Because he's got to find the clues.
Sure.
To solve the mystery.
Absolutely.
And they're all blue.
Strangled?
What?
I've got a bit of a beef with something that is great.
Oh, beef.
Yes. So there's a movie that came out.
Chicken.
Yes. Not chicken.
Not
The other
The other white meat.
white meat. I have a beef. There's a movie called Goodbye Christopher Robin that came out, I believe, last weekend, but not here. I cannot find any theaters in 100 miles that show this thing. And I want to see. It's Margot Robbie and Domhnall Gleeson, who's General Hux, and Bill Weasley.
It's Christopher Robin all grown up, right?
No, it's the story of writing. It's A.A. Milne's story.
Oh, that's right.
That's a Disney movie coming out later. But I want to see that. Margot Robbie plays his wife, and like I said, Domhnall Gleeson. But it came out on the 13th, and I cannot find it anywhere.
Not even in Atlanta?
I've had it on a calendar. I can't find it. It was apparently a very limited release, and I'm very angry about that. Enough about my children's cartoon. What else do you have?
Nothing that heartbreaking.
Well, we'll move into something more lighthearted. Get us out of this deep, dark pit that I found myself in.
On the lighter side of news, the Russos are... No, that's very...
They're quitting the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, apparently.
Are they...
They are quoted as saying, "We are done."
Actually, the exact quote is, "This is it for us," by the Russo brothers. Another fatal mistake by Mark Brown.
I just can't win.
Shut up.
Are they done with Infinity War?
No.
Are they finishing Infinity War?
They're finishing the movies that they're contracted to do, but once that's done, they're out. Which I believe they're contracted through Avengers 4.
Okay. I thought this was their last thing. I thought this was like the changing of everything. A new set of directors, a new set of actors.
I don't think so. Because the Russos, they wanted the Russos to stay on. Because they had done so well, of course. But they apparently do not want to stay.
Was there any other reason other than just a we're done
not that I read. No, they were just like, it's time for us to move on. Creative differences, that whole shenanigan, which I've never understood that. Whenever somebody was like, "Oh, we're separating."
Do you know how much money they're making off of just Infinity War? It's the most expensive movie in the history of time.
It's crazy.
So creative differences. I guess
their bank account must be pretty nice to walk away from all that.
Did you watch Arrested Development as well?
Yes.
Did you see all the stuff, the stair car in the background of the airport fight in?
I did not.
Yeah, they've stuck some little references
in Civil War.
In Civil War, it's
really?
in the background of they kind of reference themselves in.
Oh, that's nice.
Movie, so that's cool.
I've heard that they do that. I've heard that they do that in all the Marvel movies. They've placed something, whether it was like a car tag or the thing in the airport. Yeah,
so I was the only one in the theater with. Oh, so, interesting. How's that gonna? If they're contracted through, like what, 2 more movies, Infinity War and 1 more, or is there something in between?
I believe they are, because they don't do the solo films. They do the big team ups.
Okay.
So the next big team up would be what, Avengers 4?
Which is going to be like, how far
or
off
Avengers 3.
How far is that?
They've done They've done Avengers,
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
And then this will be 3.
This will be 3. And then 4. Okay. Yeah, so they're contracted through 4.
Okay. How far in the future is 4, do you know? Because
from what I understand, it's like 2020, 2021, something like that.
So they're done, but...
They're done, but they got several years to go.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, granted, they could probably have it all shot by next year, but, because Disney likes to hold on to their stuff until they're ready to release.
You sound very frustrated.
I am very frustrated because, you know what? If you get done with a movie, release it to us!
Yeah, Rian Johnson! We watched Star Wars The Last Jedi yesterday.
Rian Johnson, I'm coming for you.
Okay, wow, this got very dark.
I just want to see some Star Wars action.
Yes, but you don't have to be so scary about it.
I know, I'm sorry.
Speaking of scary things, there's a very special Halloween special airing October 28th that I am absolutely pumped about. It is the SNL David S. Pumpkins animated special. Do you know David S. Pumpkins?
What is this?
We're going to take another pause while I educate Mark on David S. Pumpkins. We will return after this.
What?
So that is my friend David S. Pumpkins. And he has an animated special on October 28th at 11:30 at night. Tom Hanks is doing the voice for this animated special based on an SNL bit.
Oh my god. Any questions?
It's Bobby Moynihan, who's the heavier skeleton there, is one of the writers, and they were coming up with Halloween doesn't have a thing like the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus, so they just came up with David S. Pumpkins. You can buy the suit at any party store right now. And,
are you serious?
Yes, David S. Pumpkins is a thing. And I find it hilarious for some reason.
I'm going as David S. Pumpkins for Halloween. That done. Oh my god.
We just sold Mark.
So speaking of Halloween,
Yes.
I saw something that was so cool today. We actually found this guy. I don't remember where he's from. Do you remember where he's from?
I don't remember this. He's been trending for the last couple of days, though.
Yes, but like he has built this 2-story AT-AT from Star Wars in his front yard, and it's
Out of
amazing.
plywood. It's like there's
like this guy apparently has like all the time in the world because
unemployed Star Wars fan in his mother's basement, undoubtedly. Sorry, keep going.
you just keep bringing it down.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to bring it down.
Your childhood dreams aren't coming true, so you're bringing the whole episode down.
I just want to see Goodbye, Christopher Robin.
No, but if you haven't seen this thing,
We'll put it up right now. You can
Bam!
see it here. How about that?
bam!
How many hours? Would you have a ladder? How do you build it sideways and then put it up? I want to know how it goes.
I would feel like you would go from top to bottom.
Okay,
From top down.
that sounds a little difficult.
No. Not if you're in Minecraft world.
Well, that settles that. We're all in
Done.
Minecraft world.
Done. Finished. Turns out, guys, we actually have a surprise guest.
It's amazing what the power of this show is.
I just, really and truly, I just went.
And things just
It
happen.
happened.
He's like Arthur Fonzarelli.
And things just happen.
That's not what Arthur Fonzarelli does.
Sure.
Do you even know who Arthur Fonzarelli is?
The Fonz.
Okay.
Hey.
Good. Okay. Good. Just had to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm relevant.
Okay.
I know things.
Keep talking then. Host your show.
Sorry, sir. I don't know why I looked up. He's on the phone.
Where is he?
The guy who actually built the AT-AT is on the phone right now. So James, I'm simply just amazed. Simply amazed.
A lot of people are actually very amazed, especially the Homeowners Association. I've gotten a lot of letters about it already.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Granted, I haven't read them, but they seem to be big fans because I get a new stack of letters every day.
Oh yeah, they must be huge fans to get fan letters like that. But I have to imagine, James, that people aren't really pleased.
Oh, are you kidding me? They love me on BuzzFeed. That's where it really counts.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. If you ever make it on BuzzFeed, then you know that you've made it. Because that is the one and only true source of news media nowadays. They are completely unbiased. But, James, I do have to ask you this. Because I'm having to settle a debate between me and my co-host. How did you build it?
Well, I used what's called Minecraft technology.
Ah.
I started from the top and worked my way down.
Gotcha. So, I think...
How is that even possible?
James, we really appreciate that feedback because you just earned me a whopping $1.
Well, I'm very happy.
So, about how much did it cost you to make all this stuff?
I don't even know, man. I just rolled up to a Lowe's late one night, filled up my panel van, and started to work. And I did the same thing at a different home improvement store every night for the next 4 weeks, and this thing just showed up, man. It's held together with bubble gum and staple gun staples.
Okay. This thing is doesn't sound very stable. You're reinforcing it somehow, I'm assuming.
No. You see, because I've got a great home insurance policy, and I'm hoping a big gust of wind will just, come on in there, and I'll go to Disneyland.
Well, okay. Well, let's hope that your insurance company doesn't watch this episode. James, it's been great having you on. Thank you so much. Cut it, Avery. Cut it.
Okay, I got it. Thanks. We've got some great guests on this show, I gotta tell you.
Episode 2 is going wonderfully.
I think so. Well, you got another news story for us?
Oh, gosh. I do have a bit of a topic that I would like to discuss with you.
Okay.
I saw Forbes actually reported this today. They didn't really report it. There was more of a kind of a discussion board.
I thought it was Forbes.
Forbes? It's not a Furby. This is no. It's Forbes.
The more you know.
So Avery, I do want to get your honest opinion. Do you believe with all of the Marvel movies that are coming out and the team movies and that sort of thing, we have all these other solo movies like for the Captain Americas, the Iron Mans, the Black Panthers, the Thors, all of them, and a lot of people are fighting for Scarlet Witch to have her own movie and for Black Widow to have her own movie. And
Black Widow should have happened a long time ago.
Yes, Black Widow should have happened a long time ago. Do it, Disney. But anyways, so, and even Hawkeye, some people are. But there's not a whole lot of people advocating for a Hulk solo movie, which I understand that they have done already, but it's not really the same Hulk.
Robert Downey Jr. shows up, though. It's canon.
Yeah, but I feel like he deserves another shot.
Do you know why they haven't done a standalone Hulk movie?
I don't.
Universal owns the rights to do standalone Hulk movie.
Ah.
So they can use the Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they can't do a standalone movie.
Well,
granted, they've done Spider-Man now, which was a crossover of Sony and
there's no reason why they can't work something.
That was their excuse to start with, though.
Okay.
Well,
guess what? You done screwed the pooch, Disney, because now you have no excuse. Get it done. Do it
tomorrow, because we're still mad about
yesterday.
Star Wars. We're still mad about not seeing Star Wars.
No, Star Wars can come out tomorrow. Yesterday needs to be the Hulk movie. But yeah, I'm not angry.
You're not. Okay. Right. Wow.
Well, I think that just about wraps up our show.
I certainly hope so.
We have a lot of anger to go get out of our systems.
I got a meeting with my therapist in 30 minutes. We appreciate you watching and listening, however you are enjoying this show, and we want to hear from you on any form of social media, no matter where you're listening, where you're watching. Leave us a comment, leave us thumbs ups, leave us likes, do all that stuff. Here's all our places. We're on Twitter, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Facebook, we are on YouTube as well. We very much like to hear from you. We've gotten some pretty good feedback on episode 1, and I enjoy episode 2 a lot, so I hope you will as well.
I do too.
If you get to the end of this episode, leave us a comment on the YouTube page telling us that you watched it.
And also, please do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. That way you know each time we send something out.
It goes straight to your phone. You get a little notification.
Yes.
It annoys me on most pages, but on this one I'm very excited about it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. This has been Out of Our Minds podcast. I'm Mark Brown.
I'm Avery Jones.
See you later.
Good night, everybody. I said good night.